Alright guys, so we are going to get started shortly. I'm just waiting for everybody to chime in and get in, because I know I did this pretty late, and I apologize. Today we were going to drop a video, but we decided to tackle a lot of questions that have been asked recently, especially with everything that's going on. And so I'm going to wait for everybody to get into the chat room, for those of you who will be coming, and basically do the best that I can to answer all the questions. Oh wow, let me cut that down. Feedback. Anyway. Alright guys, so peace and blessings. My name is SG1 from the Grammy Award winning team, the Peacemakers, for those who don't know. And today we're going to be talking live, guys. We're going to be live, and I'm doing this in a format you guys haven't seen me do before when I was talking to you live. However, we're going to talk about something very important, because I want you guys to understand that everything that I talk about and everything that I do is for the benefit of you. I often don't use the right wording or descriptive process to be able to share certain things, and oftentimes I'm not that good at using certain grammar to get my point across. But for those of you who have been with me, I appreciate you guys understanding where I've tried to come from and try to share and teach with you. This whole thing is still a learning process for me, and I'm trying to get better with what I do for you guys. However, it's not about me today, it's about you guys, and wanting to empower you all to be in better control of your life. And one of the questions that we received and have been receiving, not just one, on countless occasions from you guys, is the whole, should you be dependent on music platforms? Now, for those who don't know, and I'll just briefly put this on the screen for you guys, those of you who do not know, Soundcloud was rumored to be shutting down, and so with their shutting down, it had a lot of artists panicking. Now there are several rumors right now that are at play. One being that Chance the Rapper is coming in to try and save the platform because of his connection with certain artists who are using SoundCloud to excel their careers. And then you have the CEO of SoundCloud saying that he wants to basically shut the rumors down, that they are not going to be shutting down, that it is all rumors. However, when you look at what happened in them laying off, I think 173 employees, and the fact that they shut down 2 offices and that they were preparing to file bankruptcy, says everything to me. But here's the thing that I want you guys to get out of this, okay? That the conversation really is about exactly what I've been talking to you all about over the years. Being self-independent, being independent when it comes to this. Okay, yes, you should use all the platforms that allot you free promotion, hands down. Okay, let's get that out of the way. I want you to utilize all of the free platforms. You'll be crazy not to utilize the platforms that are available to you for free, okay? But what have I told you guys? I've always told you guys to always have yourself a website. See, this is a business, regardless to whatever and however you think. The best feeling ever as an entrepreneur is to know that you're doing something on your own, as a male, woman, child, whatever you are, teenager, you know what I mean, to just have that feeling of being independent on your own and making business choices and waking up with a reason to wake up and motivation, you know, to know that I have to market and I have to go and promote and I got to put on beat specials or sales, and I got to hone in on my craft, and I got to go into the lab and bang out some more tracks to, you know, get my catalog up. The best feeling you should ever have is that feeling, the feeling of being a business person, a man or woman. Okay, so with that, says, even though funds may be low for you guys, and I completely understand those who are financially challenged. I get it. I get it. Of all people, I get it. We were once there. We were there at the early part of our career. But there is just certain investments you have to make. And if it's all about not having the resources to find an affordable website, which I do have for you guys, then I'll give that to you. But the SoundCloud situation is the perfect example of why you should not be depending on certain platforms as your sole source of income or marketing or anything like that. Okay, and so you know, I'm going to share with you. We have a platform we use that's called R&B Promos, and I think you get a web domain name, you get hosting plan, and you can pre-install WordPress and all these other templates if you want. I think it's like $50 or $55 a year. That includes your domain name, that includes your hosting fees, everything, a year. It's hard to beat that, all right? However, it just goes to show you how you need to not be necessarily dependent on all these platforms. Now again, if it's free, utilize it. Use everything that you think will help better your career and further your career. But again, the key is depending on the platform. That's the key word that I want you guys to really get. Should I be depending on this platform? And that is what I'm saying to you, you should not be doing, depending on any one particular platform. Listen, most of you guys don't just watch my YouTube channel. Some of you do. But a lot of you guys go out and you look and you source out a lot of information, because everyone delivers the information a little different. And there's only certain people that I actually tune in on that actually are good teachers, that I consider good teachers. And so it works the same way when it comes to your music career. Don't depend on one source. So if you're using BeatStars, if you're using whomever, you know what I mean, if you're using FLV or Flash Store or any of those things, man, you know, the SoundCloud situation, the SoundCloud situation is a wake-up call for many producers and artists that says, I should not be depending on these platforms that could make or break my career, especially if my music is no longer available. All right, that's one aspect of it. So, and I apologize, guys. I won't be able to. Well, let me see. I'm gonna see if I can go inside of the live chat from my phone, because I can't see it from here. But however, my whole thing is, man, you know, if you have not learned anything else from the whole SoundCloud situation, you should definitely be learning that it is not good and cool to be depending on one platform for your career. All right. Now, with that said, I want to move on into another subject, because I've gotten, I think, 2 or 3 emails talking about particularly when you register yourself as with a PRO. So, and if we need to, we'll go back into the whole aspect of SoundCloud again. But let me delve into questions that were asked from a couple of you guys actually, but I got it again today, about registering as a PO, a PRO, which a PRO, and how to register. In other words, how should you register as a songwriter or as a publisher? Okay, now this is very important. Let me walk you guys through how should you register and the things that you need to do first. All right, let's talk about these things. So the first aspect of before registering is getting your business together, getting your corporation set up. Okay, that's the very first thing you should do. And the reason being, as I told you guys, is firstly, you want to lock in on your company name or your production company name. So whatever you're going by, you know, Hot Beats or, you know, Giraffe Tracks, I don't know. But whatever it is you're going into, you want to lock that in for your state that you're doing business out of. Okay. That doesn't mean you'll necessarily be able to trademark that particular name. But if you do research and find out through a federal search whether or not anyone else is using that name, then you'll know whether or not you're able to trademark it. However, the first thing to do is to set your business up. Now again, for those of you who are a part of the Music Millionaires Club already, then you know that we have the videos online now. And if you weren't able to access them, you can now. How to get the EIN, your EIN for your company, which is absolutely free. How to set up your corporation in your state, and then what to do after that. Okay, so the first thing is to do is get your business set up. Now, after you get the business side of things set up, and again, this is an investment, guys. You need to invest in yourselves to make sure that you are aligning yourself up for a successful goal. You know what I mean? Successful experience. Once you get that done, and you know that you're going to be uploading your music online, there are several different things you can do. And this particular situation, what I'm going to talk about, will be given to members only on the website. We're going to talk about other steps you can take to secure your interest as well. But from the PRO side, when you sign up, you need to be not just signing up as a songwriter, you also need to sign up as a publisher. Because see, there's two aspects of the music industry. There is money that is set aside for the songwriter, then there's money set aside for the publisher, and you can be both. Okay, and what I mean by that is it's your music, right? So when you put your music online and you put it on BeatStars and you upload it to YouTube, guess what you just did? What's the thing that you're doing when you push that button? You're publishing it. You're making it available for the public. You're publishing that particular track, so you become a publisher. And when you're receiving your royalties, you're no longer just receiving music from the songwriter side of things. You're now going to receive funds and money as a publisher. All right, because PROs set aside and reserve monies for not just songwriters but publishers as well. And I apologize for being redundant, guys. Excuse me, not redundant, but repetitive. So yes, sign up as both. Don't just sign up for a songwriter. Now, this may cost you money, okay? I'm unfamiliar with all of the PRO's fees and costs because I'm personally signed up with ASCAP and have been so since I was 10 years old. But there are fees that are associated with you affiliating yourself with a performing rights organization. But what I'm saying to you is you need to sign up as both a songwriter, producer, and or a publisher, okay? So that you can receive both sides of the coin or both sides of that income, okay? Let's see, and I'm going to see if I can go into my chat to see if you guys have any questions. If I can't see your chat, I apologize. Maybe, you know, I'll answer some questions that you might have had before. Okay, here we go. So Jamari asks, should you set up as an LLC or an incorporation? I definitely will suggest the limited liability company, LLC. LLC has its benefits, and you know, without giving you legal advice, I want you guys to research the LLC. All right, so the LLC is more beneficial, and without having to go into the politics of why, because I prefer you guys to really research it and find out for yourself, read it firsthand. But it has many benefits that I think you will be more apt, I think will be suitable for you guys as a whole, along with the whole personal aspect of the business side of it, meaning that your personal information isn't, or your personal assets aren't tied into a limited liability like a corporation is, an incorporation or Inc. Company. And I'll just say that, but the other aspects of it are too many to outline in detail. But I want you guys to do some research, and that's part of the game. We do, however, I think we have on the website, I think we have corporate. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We have agreements on the website that will basically outline. Matter of fact, I know exactly. We have the actual documentation that is needed for you when you set up your limited liability company on the website, available to most of you. And if it's not there, those of you who are members, let me know if it's not there. That way I can get on my staff to have them uploaded. And then I'm only dealing with maybe 2 people right now that's working virtually for me, because everybody else who are college students are out and enjoying their family before they have to come back in. But if it's not online, which it should be in the business forms and templates for members, let me know, and then we'll get it up online as soon as possible for you. So great question from Jamari Mack. Appreciate that so much. But however, make sure that you do set yourself up as a songwriter and publisher. Okay. There was another question that was sent to me via email, asking about retitling of music. What is the procedure to retitle music? And it also goes along with, well, let me do one better. Should you retitle your music, and or how does retitling your music help or become beneficial to you as an artist? All right. So retitling your music is pretty much just that, where you may submit a music to a catalog or a music library, and the title that you've given that music is changed for whatever reason, and it can vary when it comes to the titling of music. However, retitling of music oftentimes is done when your music is submitted to multiple music libraries or people who are cataloging your music for submission for sync placements, which is basically TV or film placements, and or placements amongst artists or record labels. And the reason behind retitling of music happens is oftentimes if, for say, you have a placement with a car company. I'll give you an example as of recently. So we have several members who have achieved sync placements with us as members of the Music Millionaires Club. And so the title that they use for their music was changed by those who synced or requested the license because they wanted the music and the metadata to fit with the commercial, okay, the film, the TV placement. And so oftentimes, if it is, and for the purpose of editing, just for lack of a better word, and for an example, once a track is submitted, and this is just one of many examples, guys, so please don't hone in on this, but for lack of editing, oftentimes the editors and those who are doing the editing of the film and the dialogue will retitle it so that they know that this music needs to be used for this particular scene or this particular episode or this particular TV show. And so oftentimes it'll be retitled to fit that particular episode, that particular theme, that particular title, or that particular commercial. All right. And when it's submitted, it is submitted under that particular title. Now, you should know, and they should tell you when your music is retitled. And the reason why they need to tell you if your music is retitled is because you now need to take that music and then have it cataloged in the database for your performing rights organization so that they can track it. Okay, they need to be able to track it by title. All right, and that's very important, which is why I tell a lot of people that I'm really on the fence about whether you should submit music to your PRO before it's placed. However, I do feel like if you are uploading your music online and it can be downloaded, or it's being put into a digital fingerprint type system by whatever title you have, that I will submit that to that performing rights organization, and you can submit the same track under different titles. Okay, this will allow the performing rights organization to be able to track whatever title that song is going by. So it's not a bad thing, you know what I mean, if you decide to list your music under one title and then later on find out that it was retitled by said music supervisor or licensing company, just make sure that in your agreement that you have with them that they are obligated to tell you if they retitled that song. Because if they don't tell you, then you can't get paid for it. Here you have it listed under one title, and they listed that particular song or catalog or that particular instrumental under a completely different name, and then you're wondering why you're not getting paid. Well, because it's retitled, okay? And your music can be retitled multiple times, and there's really nothing you can do about it, and you shouldn't want to do about it, because if you're getting placements and you're getting money, this is beneficial to you. So when that music is being retitled, just make sure that within your agreement and or verbal agreement, make sure that you get someone that can be held responsible if it's not in the agreement. But let me backstep. Make sure you have it put in there in the agreement that you want to make sure that if the music is retitled, that you are made aware that that is what will be submitted to you for your ability to be able to file that with your PRO. But however, music can be retitled. Many times it has been and will be. It's not a bad thing. You can still make money off of it and capitalize off of it, and it can work, and it could be a win-win for you, because you can get multiple instances where your music is used in several different TV and car commercials, and it's not unheard of. Matter of fact, the best example I can give you is that whole theme that you hear in the Matrix, where there was a pivotal point with Neo, and that music, a lot of the music in the Matrix has been used in so many different movies. It's pathetic, okay? And you can do that. You can use one particular song and submit it for several different things. As long as you are not doing an exclusive agreement, that's the key. As long as your music is not being used exclusively, you can do that. If you are making it non-exclusive and it's just being used for sync or TV placements, then it's not an issue, and have fun, make money off of one digital product as many times as you possibly can, because that is the way millionaires do things. That's how you make money. Okay, so do that. Now another question was, and Terrell, I apologize for those in the chat, because I'm trying to do the live stream and then answer your questions. But Terrell Dixon asked, if you don't make any money your first year, do you still have to pay that $800 fee with the LLC? Well, firstly, Terrell, great question. Okay, the question is, if you're not making any money in your first year with your LLC, should you have to keep paying the filing fee or the renewal fee each year for your particular state? Here's the answer. If you do file, and let me say this. Filing is not an option that is solely based on the state that you're in. There is other options for you guys, and I won't get into the legal aspects of those options, like why it's beneficial to file in one state versus another state or anything like that. But you have the option to find a registered agent that can represent you in that state and file a cheaper fee, because $800 is a lot of money, Terrell. I will say that to you. $800 is a lot of money. And I don't know what state you live in, but just to file an LLC, if it costs you $800, that's a lot of money. And that's very high for a state to be requesting filing fees. So, if you are paying a registered agent or someone else to file for you, I can then validate why you'll be paying that much for a LLC. But if you're just paying to file with the state, I would suggest you actually go to Delaware, Arizona, any corporate friendly state to file, because for $800 you can not only get your LLC registered in one of them states, you can get a lot for $800. However, the question at hand is basically, should you be paying that every year if you're not making money? Well, here's the thing. Let me say this to you. The first thing is, your goal should be making money. And if you're treating this as a business, that money that you invest in that LLC is an investment. I have to recoup that money. So I'm going to do what it's going to take. Your goal, your mindset should be, I'm going to do what it takes to recoup my money. I'm going to do what it takes to get that money back that I put into investing in my music business, all right? That should be your first line of thought. You know what I mean? Failure is not an option, man. You know what I mean? Failure is not an option. So many fucking people just look past that and accept failure before they even get off start, or just say, I'm going to try to do this. Words are so powerful, man. Words are so powerful to people, they don't even understand. You know, there should be no option to not making money, is my point. And I'm not shitting on everyone and saying everyone is capable of being successful in any business at all, not just the music industry, but any business. I'm not saying that, you know, everyone will win. I'm saying that we do control our destiny. We control the output or the outcome of our success. So you should be saying, yo, I'm going to make that money. However, you have to treat this like a business. So you have to make smart business choices off the rip, off back. You got to start saying, well, do I have other options to file, which I just gave you? I just gave you options to file other places that'll be a lot cheaper. So now that $800 that you were going to put into filing your LLC, that you no longer have to do because there's other options that you can do and go to. Now you can say, well, I had a budget for $800, right? And so let's say it cost you $149, $300 tops to file in Delaware, Nevada, or something of that nature, okay? Now you have, we're just saying $300. Now you have an additional $500. What should you do with that $500? Get your website up and running. Like I said, I'm going to leave in the description after this is all over with a link for you guys. So just stay tuned with it afterwards. Go come back to this particular video, because it's only going to be up for a little while before we go and edit it and chop things out. But go to that website and get your website for go to that link and get your website up for $55. All right, but then okay, so now we spent $350. All right, so now you have an additional $450 to spend. You know what you should be spending it on? Marketing, and not just marketing just your beats. Be creative, guys. You know, and I don't want to go too far to the right or left with the question at hand, which was about too far from the right or left about the whole aspect of the LLC. But what I do want to do is I want to give you guys a general sense of how you will become successful, because again, the question was about, should he still have to file the $800 every year even if he's not making money? So I'm saying, here's how we do this. Here's how we'll break that down. We will break this down in several different ways. One being that, well, we're going to make sure that we save money so that we can invest into our business, and that money that we were expecting to spend, we can now put it into marketing our business. I have yet to see any one of the producers anywhere do a YouTube ad that pops up on someone's video saying, hey, you've been looking for music for your YouTube video, or blah blah blah, or blah blah blah, come over here, I'll give you so and so many beats for $20 a month that can be used royalty free. You guys aren't doing that, and no one is sharing that with you either. So let me say, it's not your fault, because you come to us to learn information and be told how to do this. So I'm doing that now. None of you guys, and it's so inexpensive to run a YouTube ad. All right, it is so inexpensive to run a YouTube ad, because you can do it based on auctions, you can do it based on clicks, you can do it based on so many different factors, and it can cost you 1 cent per click. It can cost you 5 cents per 1 cent per view. It can cost you 5 cents to run an ad against another competitor. It can, you know what I mean? You can pay $20 to get 10,000 views and 1,000 views, and don't hold me to these exact numbers, but I do know it's real cheap. So I'm saying all that to you guys to say that, you know, it doesn't have to cost you that much to file your LLC. And yes, you should be filing and renewing your LLC every year for at least 5 years, okay? Because the IRS give you that long, all right, to be successful before they come and say, okay, well, why aren't you paying any taxes? Or you got a bank account and we see you have $100,000 in there, but you ain't paid any taxes. You know what I mean? Because at that point you can shut it down and start again. But you should be renewing your LLC up to 5 years to see. And then maybe, you know, shut down and start over, or start beginning, you know, start again if you have to. But no, man, file that every year. You need to, and you need to be making money. But the only way you can make money It's by marketing your business and being creative. Okay, the same way you guys think about these tracks and how to make these tracks. And let me say this. How about that? Do you know how much thought process goes into being creative as a producer or a songwriter, musician, an engineer? You know how much brain power you guys use to be creative? You use none of that creativity as artists when it comes to marketing. You use none of that creativity when it comes to building your brand. You still have it. There's no different than notes. The notes and the brain the electricity that's running through your brain to create those notes than it is to start being creative, to figure out what can I do to stand out over my competition. The choice is on you, man. So start doing that. All right? And I'm not shitting on anybody by saying that. Jameson Jordan, thank you. Yeah, my video is off because we are still developing our office. We got a nice big building. Only a couple of you guys actually seen it. Nice big building, 2-story building we're working out. And so we're not there with a dedicated line. So this is all wireless and Wi-Fi. And I have it on high resolution so that you guys get the best quality. And I apologize, it may be coming in because we are streaming wirelessly right now, so there's going to be a latency issue, and sometimes packets become missing. See how much shit I got to know, guys? I got to know all this shit. But sometimes packets get missing based on interference from devices and things of that nature, and so the voice may be off some here and there and shit like that. But thank you for letting me know. Let's see what else. Terrell Dixon said he's in California. Yeah, if you're in California, that's why your costs are so high. However, again, you got Nevada, which is right next to you. I think even Arizona's cheaper. And worst case scenario, pay the extra little $50 to get you a registered agent to represent you in Delaware, Nevada, Arizona, anywhere like that, okay? And let them file for you. You're not stuck to doing just California, okay? Even because here's the thing, guys. You may be in a state, and we're back on the LLC thing. You may be in a particular state, but your business may be in Florida. All right, you're doing business throughout the country, sometimes even internationally. All right, so just the fact that you have that LLC filed is all that matters, because you can get a if required, depending on the state, because I know they've been cracking down on internet business. You know, worst case scenario in your particular city or county or state, you have to get a business license from that place that you're doing business. However, just check the general laws and rules of thumb. Do Google, man. Google this shit and find out, man. You find out what you need to do to make this work, Terrell. Okay, so P Trillion says, how can I sell leases online successfully and live off of it? Well, P Trillion, let me say, okay. P Trillion, let me say that that is the listen, I said to so many different people that there is no secret to being successful in the music industry. There is no secret. What there is there is a template, okay? There is steps that needs to be taken. There is information you need to know. There is things you need to know about how you get your money, where you should post, you know, or make your music available to. How are you paid on licensing and sync license, mechanical license agreements, and all the different things. There is so much that you should know. Firstly, that's the key. That's what this is about. That's what this YouTube channel is about. Empowering you to know your resources, empowering you to know how the money flows, where it flows to, and how that affects you. Firstly, okay. And I got so many ideas, and we're working out a lot of different things too as well. But there is no one way that I can identify for you to be actually successful. It will be on you, and it will be based on hard work. I recently did a video telling people that, listen, been in the business 30 years. You know, prior to that 30 years, the last 10, 15 years is when we became successful. Not because we didn't have the talent, but because we didn't have the right information. We didn't have the right mentor teaching us. We didn't have someone telling us where the money was. We only knew about one money. Pay me for my track. Pay me for the song we did. That was it. Okay, we knew we was a part of a PRO and that there was royalties that was supposed to be paid to us on the back end. We didn't know about none of this other stuff. We didn't understand mechanical licenses and sync license and none of these other things. We didn't even grasp that. We didn't understand there was places that now for you guys that collect your digital royalties. All right, there's a whole nother stream of income for you guys that we even talked about that I'm gonna be sharing on the Music Millionaires website to the members. So there is no secret formula, P Trillion, to become successful and live off of your music leases. The thing that you need to understand, because here's the key that you use that I hope you get. You said music lease. So what is a lease? What are the terms? What's going to be the terms? You know what I mean? What a producer agreement will you have? And the matter of fact, in a recent video I just done, and I don't know whether they're going to use it or not from Machine Masters, but I just outlined the 7 key points behind a producer agreement. And if they don't use it within the next week, I'll upload it for you guys so that you can see it, okay, and you can really utilize it. But it gives you some great pointers on production agreements and making sure you cover your bases, because that's the key. Now, once you understand the production agreements and how the money flows, and you understand mechanical licenses and sync license and all these different terminologies and how it applies to you, then what you can do is learn marketing. The key is still marketing. That's how you'll be successful. And not just marketing, what's the word? Intellectual marketing. Creative marketing. That's the right word I want to use. See, I just made a big boy word, guys. That's my children. I teach them that. Creative marketing, right? Because I just put it together. It's about creative marketing, because here's the thing: you got community guys right now, people that are in the music community that's on this chat right now with you. Unfortunately, these are your competition, but these are your best friends, because what I understand from people who are trying to all eat, we don't mind sharing. We don't mind sharing how we were successful and how we marketed our business. So P Trillion, the thing that you need to understand after understanding the terminologies and how the music business flow and ebbs and how all this money comes together and where the money is located and all the different things, which is what we teach on Music Millionaires website, music-millionaires.com. Then you need to understand marketing, how to market the proper way, how not to be spamming people, how you want genuine clients versus people you just sent your music to and say, hey, listen to my shit. No, you need to understand marketing, how to be creative. Because see, those are all the things that you have. Listen, guys, pay attention on TV, man. Pay attention. All of this applies to your business now. You're businessmen and women. Pay attention. When what makes you want to buy a product? What makes you want to drink a Coca-Cola? Don't just say because I like it. Because that ain't what happened. You didn't know you was going to like Coca-Cola. You didn't know you was going to like that fucking strawberry milkshake or the hamburgers that you eat. You didn't know. Something enticed you to do it, whether it was someone else's testimony, whether it was the advertisement, whether it was the picture that they used, whether it was the depiction, whether it was just you went into a restaurant with someone and never ate a hamburger in your life. You get my point. There was something that motivated you to do that, and that's the thing that you guys have to master. Not just damn banging out the beats. You got that. You master that, man. I listen to all you guys shit. You're dope, man. All you guys are dope fucking producers. But you got to be better fucking marketers. You got to be better marketers. You got to be creative marketers. You got to be able to listen. What do I need to do to share with the world my fucking music, man? What do I need to do? And I don't want to just send a link. Check out my music. It's hot. You won't regret. You know how many people say that? Come on. Really? Okay. Come on, guys. You know what I mean? How much product is out there that says we have the best product? So you can't take that approach, man. You're not the only one thinking that way. You're not the only one doing that. So you got to start being creative. You got to start using avenues and approaches no one else is using. You got to be able to say and do things no one else will be able to do. You're going to have to take shorts. You're going to have to take shortcuts, so these are all the things that will make you successful with leasing your tracks and beats. And I have a ton of ideas, man. I have so many ideas that no one is even utilizing right now. But I save it to the team, and I'm saving it for the team. And we're testing them. We're testing them ourselves firsthand. So then I can say to you, yeah, this works, that works. So, Okay, guys, so Terrell Dixon, you're more than welcome. Thank you guys for watching, and I apologize for the latency or whatever you guys are experiencing. And we didn't hit record again. This is a live preview. We'll do our best once it's all said and done to try and re-edit it and repost it online so that you guys can maybe, you know, get portions that you didn't get, or it's in better quality. And I apologize again. However, I appreciate you guys tuning in to the channel, and if this is your first time here, please make sure you subscribe, you know what I mean, and click the bell notification. The key is the bell notification, because it's, especially when we're doing live video versions of chats like this, because see here, you guys are getting a free consultation, you know what I mean, and only through the live video can you do that. And if you don't know that we're going live, then I can't answer your questions you may have. And this is the best time to do it, man. Talk to us live. And I think we're one of the only people, one of the few people, because I don't check everybody else's channels out because I don't have time, that do the, and you're welcome, P. Trillion, that do live chats and then do live consultations, man. So, you know, make sure you guys click on that bell notification to be made aware when we do live videos. And again, man, listen, I appreciate all you guys 100%, man. And I love a lot of you guys, man. A lot of you guys are hands down some of the best fucking people I've met, man. Just hands down. You all are some of the most humble people, sincere, dedicated producers I've met in quite some time. I really have to say that. And I appreciate you guys having me as a person that you would like to go to find out your information. And again, not the best at delivering messages and using the right words all the time. And sometimes as I've been told, or not even been told, I heard this, sometimes I go around my elbows to get to my ass. Best shit I ever heard in my life when somebody used that. But I hope that eventually I do get the point to you guys, so that you can use it and it's something that you can utilize to help you all's career. All right. So we have a few more minutes, and if you guys don't have any more questions, we're going to tune out. So I'll give you guys a couple more minutes to ask some questions while you can, and I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability for any of you who are watching. And hopefully the rebroadcast will be better for you guys when it's available, and maybe